Started off the morning over at the Yamaha Steinberg booth, ran into Evan Evans of Film Scoring Network, and then I got to talk to Greg Ondo for a private tour around Cubase 9.
Okay, hi, I'm Greg Ondo with Steinberg. We'll take a quick look at some of the new functionality you found within Cubase 9, which was just released last month. So one of the things we want to do is make it easier for people that have a single screen, like laptop users, and we've kind of broken things down into zones. So if I hit my tab key, we can navigate between different zones quite effectively. So I can see my transport, I can see my lower editor zone, which has been expanded. So if I wanted to see either my mix console, if I want to see my sample editor or MIDI editor, or even what's called the sampler control, which we'll take a look at in just a second, or chord pads, we could do that. And we could just come right over here and see our media base. We can see a number of different instrument sounds, or all my VST instruments, and these can be resized as well. One of the big feature requests would have a software sampler. And what we want to do is, instead of having a boring sampler, we want to make it a little more interactive, where we could at this point just take an audio file and just drag and drop it directly into our sampler track here. Here I'll have different options for audio warp. I could have pitch envelopes, filters, all your different functionalities that you'd want to see in the sampler track. Clicking on this little up window will take it into the older behavior where you have a full screen to do that as well. As I come over here and I do mixing, sometimes the mixer can be really daunting because you can make one mouse click and totally mess up everything they've worked on for hours. We have an edit history, so everything I've just done in my mix, I could just undo. Now we have a number of new plugins, and one of the most exciting ones is going to be one called Frequency, and this is a very exciting EQ. So it's an 8-band EQ, and this comes standard with Cubase. So as we look at it, we can say, okay, it's going to be 8 bands of linear phase. The outer bands can have up to 96 dB cut. Now each of the bands could work in, when we look at this, in stereo. I could have independent left-right controls for each of the 8 bands, or I could have each of the bands be mid-side as well. So, but one of the neat things is we actually see this correlation of a piano keyboard here. But if I wanted to go to a particular pitch, like let's say I know that this song is in the key of G, I could go to the frequency and just type this in and say, okay, go to, let's say when I go to my EQ4 frequency here, let's just say I need to go to G4 for my frequency, and it will automatically shift that particular note. Now, one of the things that's super helpful is this mode here, which allows you to kind of preview the frequency. So as I adjust, and we have this turned on, and as I adjust the frequency, that's the only frequency that you hear is what's being affected. Transitioning over from other programs is very easy. If you're coming from different programs, you could actually load up the key commands from those programs so that you can make that transition into Cubase much easier. So as you can see, the new Cubase 9 is a very exciting program, and we hope you guys like checking it out.